Right now, we know that nobody was hurt in this fire, though there is substantial damage, and that's what I want to give you a look at. You can see right here on this window, completely covered in soot.
And he says having an eye in the sky gives him a completely new perspective on problems. But here we are, it's mid-November, there's snow on the ground, and there's no stoplight. Just a few flags. Do you feel like a promise was broken there?
He came within inches of being killed. That verdict coming down just literally a few minutes ago. This was a trial with some incredibly disgusting details entered as evidence. We've seen a lot of emotion pent up in this courtroom, and with this verdict, it all came pouring out. We just saw family come out in tears.
Because when game day comes and the players hit this field, they want to make sure that everyone has the best possible experience, no matter where you're sitting, even way back here. The unseasonable cold is because of a disruption in the jet stream, which has us putting on jackets in July. The ambulance left empty, but that doesn't mean they weren't hurting.
Oh, my heart sank. It's devastating. It really is devastating.
The call came in around 2.
Then I looked out and I said, oh my gosh, there's smoke.
He came in and said that everybody needed to evacuate the building.
Neighbors clustered in the street with the hoses and ice.
We were very worried.
Crews tackled the fire head on, cutting holes in the roof to knock it down.
Kind of attacked it from both sides. We do what we can for the community and make sure everybody's safe, and that's about all we can do. So,
Traer Fire had a lot of help.
They pretty much had it knocked down. We come from Toledo, so they were here probably 15-20 minutes before we got here.
So the fire didn't last long.
I know that there's a lot of, good people here in town that have done a lot of good things to take care of this fire.
But there's a lot of damage. Simply Blooming was gutted.
The initial cause may have been a unattended candle.
Now they have to figure out what's left and what's next.
And hopefully she'll rebuild. Chair really needs a flower shop.
Oh, sorry, didn't recognize the guy.
There is nothing like game day.
Okay, you can back up now.
Even when inches of snow make getting there half the battle.
Oh yeah.
But Larry Robin
You're good.
will be your guide.
Football games, first of the season, we're in running around in shorts. That's much better than this kind of weather, but...
Go Panthers! Yeah.
Because Panthers don't fear winter's worst.
But let me tell you, it gets even better once you step inside.
Yes, sir.
Where Joel Head is mopping up snow.
Until the end of the night, probably.
And tickets are still hot.
It's a cold one.
Hot.
They come out for the game, you and I.
Where you've got people like Eldon Guerrero, here from Sheffield.
Not very good. Highway 65 wasn't very good.
All for Seth Tuttle. He's a longtime fan.
He'll be number 10. He'll be 10-10 and then some.
Fans come from all over. You do not miss this.
Oh, come on.
8 o'clock start, I think, helped a little bit and allowed everybody to get their own driveways cleared out and allowed our staff to get the parking lots and the sidewalks cleared out as well.
Especially when redemption is on the line. Evansville was UNI's only conference loss this year.
Evansville was in town, the referees were in town, so when those two things are present, we're going to play.
It's a game that brings you out of your seat and makes your hair stand on end. Because when UNI is ranked number 10, this is the big time. Don't miss out.
Yeah, I know it.
Take a look around Ron Pullen's house.
Yeah.
And you'll find a few sheep.
In a way.
Well, maybe more than a few.
Yeah, they're part of the family. It's bred into us.
But this sheep was special. His daughter named her.
Whether it's after Reba McIntyre or whether she has some other reason, she named her Reba. So Reba's gone.
At 77, Ron's won plenty of trophies for his show sheep.
And they appreciated my help, and they gave me an Outstanding Service Award for that.
But Reba was the closest he's come to a national champion.
So we're pretty proud of that.
When his barn burned, Reba was trapped inside. By the time Ron got out there, it was too hot to let the sheep escape.
God, I wish I'd have been 20 minutes sooner. I'd have got him out of there. But it didn't. It wasn't to be.
Fire crews think it might be heaters like this that sparked it, used to keep water thawed and animals warm. In closed-up barns, ag experts say they can spark nearby hay and even ignite the fumes from manure. But Ron's not thinking about that. He's thinking about the sheep he lost and the neighbors that helped him.
Oh, I got good neighbors. Got really good neighbors.
And even though he's worried that he might never see his flock at its former glory, his friends, their messages are here right now.
Feel sorry for you. Things like that are supposed to happen to good people. And that's what we think we are.
And as for what's left,
I just try not to look at it.
in Waterloo, Michael Crowe, KWWL News.
Send us more cars! Send us more cars and an ambulance!
The scanner traffic was heart-stopping.
3 King 1, send the ambulance. Officer Hamlet's injured. He's been involved in a car accident, 40-45 Niles.
A crash and 2 officers hurt, but just minutes before, a domestic disturbance call. When officers tell him to leave, Kelvin Plain Jr. isn't happy, swearing and peeling out. He's gone for a few minutes, then he calls his girlfriend, Candace McHugh.
Hello?
Seconds later, he's back. Inside the squad car that hit the tree, Officer Randall Hammett, and he's hurt. Inside the older car there, Sergeant Brooke Carter, also injured. Chief Dan Trelka was there soon after.
Actually ran into 2 of our squad cars, hit one of them square in the rear of the car and pushed it up into a tree, struck one other squad car and 1 or 2 other vehicles, and it's just a mess down there.
The first officer and Carter run to Plain's car, while Hammett pulls himself from the wreckage and walks over, dazed.
Randy, you're fine. Come on. Go sit down. Randy, please go sit down.
They cuff Plain.
We got 1 in custody.
You can hear him on the ground, sobbing. But his girlfriend says it wasn't about hurting officers, but just a lot of pent-up stress.
So it just all came out right now in a bad way. Of course, I'm sorry that it has to happen like this. Sorry to the officers that did get hurt, but he was trying to hurt himself.
But Trelka says they were lucky and in incredible danger.
And this is just an example of it, and thank God none of the officers were killed.
And he says he's proud of their response under pressure, watching the tape, and Sergeant Carter's response, honking.
She sees the suspect driving back at a high rate of speed, and she's trying to warn the other officers that he's coming back.
Trelka says it's a graphic reminder of the risks officers run in the line of duty.
Our officers are dealing with explosive situations that could turn into this day in and day out.
Because when you're talking about putting your life on the line, this is it.
Yeah.
Don't try to clean it up in one day.
Denny Berger didn't plan on leaving. Not this way.
Basically, we're moving out.
The EF2 tornado tore through Traer and the Berger's family farm, home since 1961.
Just leveled everything and just spared nothing, I guess. It doesn't really care what it spares.
Buildings flattened, windows shattered, metal sheeting folded like paper. It's a total loss.
Oh, just can't imagine the power.
Grain bins were ripped from foundations and sent careening around the property.
The bin come over and just flattened all the windbreak trees, anything in its path.
The winds were so strong they shot 2x4s, just like this one, straight through the front of the house.
Denny's son, Scott, will inherit the farm someday.
I thought we might have gotten lucky, but I think we took the worst end of it.
He was 5 hours away when he heard what happened.
It's one of those gut feelings that you can't get rid of.
Now, cleaning out his boyhood home, the memories come back.
That's the house I grew up in. It's sick. You know, I always said that I wanted to tear it down and build a new one. I don't know. Now that I'm in the present of doing it, it's hard. It's very hard.
But Denny is hanging on to his sense of humor.
I don't know that patio door will open.
Well, I think you built it that way, didn't you?
No. No.
Because whatever happens next, the Bergers are ready.
Well, hopefully we will rebuild better.
In Traer.
And that's what every disaster does. Makes you better.
Michael Crowe, KWWL News.
In the weekend's Christmas frenzy, Strawberry Foods was quiet, just a few shoppers.
But these next few weren't here to shop, and they definitely didn't grab a cart.
Linda Putz
It was like 4 o'clock.
was at the register.
standing up here at the register, and I just looked up, and there was 2 deer, 2 doe, come running through the door, pushed it open by themselves.
Surveillance cameras caught it all. 2 rogues from Santa's sleigh, stopping by for a few essentials, checking out the produce, the soda, and the liquor aisle, of course. And that didn't sound too good.
Very bad. Bottles cracking, breaking. I mean, it's just glass.
Some bottom-shelf liquor smashed.
Yeah, well, at least I got the cheap stuff.
So I kept thinking, oh my God, the Jack Daniels, or, you know, the... So
Emily Ash heard him coming.
So I went that way, and there's a deer over there by, like, the whipped cream and stuff.
But when they got one look at the meat counter, the does thought it was time to go.
She could have. I would have.
With everything checked off their grocery list, they checked out. Not the rudest customers they've ever had.
I don't say if they were really rude. They were just shaken up and did their shopping and just ran back out the door. They were in a hurry.
You know, you're just like, what do you do, you know?
There goes.
It's a year for new traditions.
Oh, man.
But bags?
Well, this is crazy.
They were hoping for a white Christmas in Evansdale. Oh! But no dice.
We didn't get our wish. But it's still Christmas. It's still time to be with the family and celebrate.
And this year, family time means some friendly competition.
Oh, we're at 3-0 right now. We're about to be 4-0.
Oh, whatever.
Oh.
The wins stack up for Jared Cronin.
That's 4 in a row. 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Yep. You gotta love family time.
Yes, you do.
Come on, Jonah.
Still, the bare ground can be a bummer.
Honestly, I bought a plow truck, so I was hoping for snow, but it's nice.
But when you almost don't need a hat.
I know, it's like nice, but with the bald head, you know, gotta have a little bit.
It's hard to complain. But traditions aren't forgotten.
Just playing Red Rover, hide and seek, building snowman, having snowball fights.
Just wait for next year. And a few blocks away at Myers Lake, the geese don't even need to head south, but the Rochers need a short break from the bustle.
A little bit. It's been a crazy Christmas, you know, one place to go after another, so.
And an excuse to get out of the house.
Enjoy a little bit of weather while it's still got a little sunlight today, and take a little walk.
So even if these might be the only snowflakes you'll see this holiday, know this, Christmas came anyway.
The family being able to be together and be outside and just having fun.
So they can get more practice.
Oh, Carrie wants another match, Jonah. Oh, give him a rematch.
Quinners.
You may take a rainy day for granted, but not April Stump.
Her little body goes through too much more than it should.
Her daughter, 22-month-old Quinn, has a rare form of epilepsy. Doctors can't control her seizures, and it's delaying her development.
Hold it up. Hold it up, Quinn.
Quinn seizes hundreds of times a day, damaging her hearing and the rest of her tiny body with each arch of her back.
There's more than what this is right here. And it's inside of her, and I believe that the cannabis oil can help bring it out.
Thursday, a bill allowing the use of the marijuana-based oil Stump so desperately seeks cleared the Iowa Senate.
You know, Iowa needs to step up and pass this legislation.
Some have raised concerns about abuse of the drug, but supporters say the oil won't get you high, and Stump feels the drug could keep the seizures in check because it can't get much worse for Quinn.
I feel like I'm putting her in danger with the medications that are FDA approved that I'm giving her now, which is terrible, but we don't really have any other choice.
Because someday, she wants her daughter to feel the rain too, just like everyone else.
To see her be able to communicate with me other than whimpers and cries, but with smiles and laughter would be amazing.